Hi there, my name is Cass. I'm the CFO of a convenience store chain here in the area, and I have a superstar employee that I'd like to tell you about. Her name is Jennifer, and she's our manager of accounting. She's well educated, she pursues continuous improvement opportunities, and she's extremely knowledgeable when it comes to all things accounting related. In fact, she's only been here 10 months and she's already established multiple changes that have had considerable cost savings results for us. The challenge is that she's not fitting in real well here. I've observed, as well as I've had some feedback given to me, that she's a poor communicator. She has apparently alienated her team, her direct reports, as well as her peers. So sometimes she appears aloof, she seems distant to folks, and her version of motivating is by dictating and expecting compliance. So she's really struggling to work well and fit in with her team. But I believe that there can be change, and I believe that she can be a developing leader, and she can be coached to be a leader. Now, I'm a collaborative leader myself, and I certainly appreciate and believe in the power of peer coaching. So I reached out to my colleagues, Adam, Kimberly, Shannon, and Steph. I wanted to pick their brains. I wanted to hear their experience. I've heard that a couple of them have had situations like this. So I figured I'd check in with them. What have they done? What works well? Adam shared some ideas around supporting so that Jennifer would thrive. Kimberly suggested I take an approach of servant leadership and really focus in on Jennifer's growth and her development. Shannon recommended that I help Jennifer with the process of around vision, alignment, and execution. And then Steph shared some thoughts around helping to establish trust, around transparency, authenticity, and that would bolster my relationship with her, but it would also show up in a trusting relationship with her team. So after hearing all the perspectives, I decided I'd come up with a game plan. So I came up with a couple different things. First off, I know that I need to verbalize that Jennifer is smart, that she is an excellent subject matter expert, and that she's talented. I need to let her know that. I need to help her to see what I see about the results that she's accomplished here in her 10 months. I want to make sure that that I hear from her and allow her to share what does she think of her overall performance while she's been here. It'll be helpful for me to listen in and to provide some feedback, some coaching to her so that she can more effectively collaborate and communicate with her team. The approach that I think that I should use, and this is based off of my colleagues' recommendation, is that I want to continue to use my one-on-one meetings as a growth opportunity. And I think this will be the best setting so that we can provide feedback, we can do coaching. It'll allow her time to share her concerns, her insights, even ask questions. And my goal in this approach will be to come from a place of inspiration and support. I want to be very purposeful when I speak to her in being transparent, being authentic, and also communicating to her that I'm concerned for her as a person as well as a developing leader. And I believe that as I speak honestly about her gaps and share my intent for where I want to see her go and let her know that I support her and her development, and I'm going to be here all along the way to help move her along. Now it's going to be important that I follow through and that I do what I say I'm going to do. So my colleagues came up with a bunch of ideas, great ideas, and I don't think I can do all of them off the bat, so I'm going to pick two. I'll probably over time select some of the other ones, but the first two that I want to focus in on is this whole concept of communication. I really need Jennifer to be able to provide communication and to trust that her team is going to do the projects and the programs that she needs them to do. So I'm going to ask that when she introduces programs that she clarifies her expectations, she again declares her intent. What does she want? What's her agenda for these programs and projects? And then I'm going to ask that she listen in. She get their ideas around, can it be accomplished? What considerations need to be made? And I really need her to emphasize in listening to her people. And ultimately to trust that they can do the job. If they know what they need to do and they have the resources they need and she gets barriers out of the way, they can do the job. I'll ask that she do check-ins with them, but not for the purpose of micromanaging, rather to deliberately hear what are their needs, what's going well as to acknowledge what they are doing well and to recognize the progress that they have made. And then ultimately, it'll be key at the very end that she'll need to help them celebrate the win, especially if it's a big project. And even if it's a small project, she'll need to make sure that she helps them know that she has believed in them and that it's important to acknowledge and celebrate those. Second thing, Kimberly recommended that I send her to a class or a workshop, and I like that idea. I was thinking that I might direct Jennifer over to the learning and development team and have them offer up some suggestions for either communication or teamwork, those types of things. And that way she can ultimately decide which program she wants to attend. For me, it'll be important to meet with her beforehand to make sure that she knows what she wants to accomplish through this. She indicates what she wants to learn from it. And then when she goes, it'll be really important that me and the rest of the team doesn't bother her. We're going to make sure that we don't interrupt her so she can fully focus on the class that she's got. And then lastly, I want to meet with her a week after, and I'll let her know beforehand, but I want to meet with her to find out what did she learn, perhaps even have her do a teach back. Maybe I'll have her do a teach back with her peers. But then I also want 3 to 5 actions that she plans to take based off of the class that she took. So that's my game plan. Hopefully we'll do maybe 35 or 45, 90 days out to find out what has she done since taking the class. As far as buy-in, I believe that I can get buy-in from her if I come from an approach of support and investment, help her not to be afraid to fail. I realize that soft skills can be challenging and sometimes it can be a little intimidating for people, especially if they come from a very tactical and task-oriented viewpoint. But I really want her to uncover her own objectives as we discuss, as I give feedback. I want her to see and own the ways in which she can be a better leader. And I think by her really contributing to this project, I think it'll certainly help to get her buy-in. Ultimately, it'll be her victory, not necessarily mine. And then for accountability, the game plan is to use those weekly one-on-ones. I want to hear from her to give a progress update so that, based off of the things that we agreed on, that she's coming through step by step, as well as I'll plan on providing informal support, coaching, and then I want to do check-ins, whether that's 60 or 30, 60, 90-day check-ins, and to hear from her what actions, what changes, and what results have been accomplished, so that what's taken place, so that we can know where to go from there. So that's my coaching game plan. I'm really thankful to have some peers to help me come together and put this together. And I hope and I believe that when I report back to you in 3 to 6 months, that we're going to have some positive changes that we can discuss about Jennifer's communication and about her collaboration and working well with her team. So I'll check back in 6 months.